Hey, Sean, do you mind? I just want to backpedal a little bit as far as collateral protection because the dealers such as myself wanted to figure out, not only do I want to sell cars, I just want to make sure that I'm protecting my collateral. And again, the leases generally have tracking devices on them with ignition cutoff switches, um, gap insurance, obviously a selection process we're going to talk about. But also, I think dealers, and myself included, have a little bit of fear factor of the collection. And I think, Eric, I just wanted you to elaborate a little bit more about the collection process, if you don't mind.
Yes, absolutely. So number one is, kind of 2 points. We'll talk about the protecting your collateral, and then the other side of it is actually collecting your payments. So on the collateral protection, we'll cover this a little bit later on in the webinar, but the underwriting process and selecting the right customer is very key in this. And the main goals, we're trying to help good people with low credit scores kind of improve their situation. And so another thing, as far as protecting your collateral, we recommend gap insurance. A lot of dealers know what that is, but that's basically a product that covers the difference if the customer happens to wreck the vehicle or get in an accident, and this covers the difference between of what the insurance company would pay and what the actual value is or the payoff on the lease contract. Another thing we recommend from protecting your collateral standpoint is a tracking device. And you can do it with mileage tracking or ignition cutoff. Those are both optional. You don't have to do that, but there's a lot of great low cost options as far as GPS devices that are out there today. That's made a lot of progress. And then also we just definitely recommend you disclose that to the customer. And number 4 there, the maintenance plan in this segment, most vehicle purchases, but especially in this segment, if the vehicle is not running, and the customer's having issues with repairs, they're just not going to make their payments a lot of times. So this is included a lot of times. In a lease, a lot of times you can include a maintenance plan as well as a warranty, which definitely helps in that too. And from a standpoint of collecting your payments, technology has definitely obviously made a lot of strides in the last few years, and it's not as difficult as it used to be to actually collect payments from your customers. But you do have some options. You can build your own staff with training and support. And I definitely recommend getting some advice from companies such as Alamo or DCL. Or if you prefer, you can actually just outsource the collections to a company. And that's one thing that Alamo Financial does. There's lots of benefits to that. From our staff is a fully bilingual, compliance and so forth. And the last thing there, I was going to touch on the ability to rewrite your lease. So when you're the dealer and you own the vehicle in the lease, you have the ability to rewrite your leases. So if you have a customer who gets in a tough spot, had some job issue, changing job, whatever, you can help them by just rewriting it. We can get into more on that later.
That's fantastic. So Paul, how about, and I mean, that's what's interesting too, is the collections, how seamless it seems to be. And I get to coach with the managers who are involved in those things. And it seems like they get to focus their efforts on selling because the collections process is so dialed in. I've seen that firsthand at the dealership level.